In this video, I'm going to show you how to kickflip. This trick might actually be easier than you think it is. You just need to understand some of the key things that make it work. The simple concepts I'm about to show you will make this trick much easier, but you might just need to change the way you think about the kickflip.
Magic flips.
Magic flip, yeah.
That's what they were.
Okay, I have one question for you. How did you create the kickflip?
It's an accident. It's what it was.
The first thing you need to understand is that the kickflip is very similar to the ollie. If you don't have a good ollie where you're able to slide your foot up the board and level the board out in the air, then learning to kickflip is going to be very hard for you. The kickflip is basically an ollie, but with a flick and a catch added to the middle.
I had just learned ollies, and you know, sometimes you bring it up and you're like, you get it away from you, you know, because you're gonna get a shinner. And I just pushed it away, and the board, it was like slow-mo, and it just landed. And I just sit there scratching my head. It's like it taught me.
Before I get too far into the trick, I wanted to mention that if you feel that this video helps you out and you would like to see more content like this from me, then you can subscribe for free and you can turn on the notifications if you want to know when I post new videos. I really do appreciate everyone who hits the like button since it tells YouTube to show these videos to more people.
Thank you.
But anyway, let's get back into the video. Before you try to do the motion of the kickflip, your feet need to be set up in a way that makes this trick easy to perform, but also in a way that makes standing on the board comfortable for you. Keep in mind that different people have different size feet and also stand differently, so your foot position may be slightly different than mine. Also, if your trucks are really loose, you may have a harder time standing in this position. You want to put your front foot between the middle of the board and your front bolts. You also want to hang your heel off the board and slightly angle your foot so that when you kick the board, your foot will want to go off the side. Your back foot should be on the tail of the board in the same position that you would put it for a normal ollie. I tend to put my toes pretty much in the center of the tail to get the most pop. Before you go to pop, you need to put some pressure down into the board. Bend down enough to push into the board and prepare yourself to jump. Make sure you feel stable while bending down or you'll lose your balance before you're even able to jump and pop the board. The position your knees are in when you bend down is your base position that you'll be in when you land, so it's really important that you're stable and comfortable. Try to keep your weight centered by putting the same amount of pressure on both feet. You want to jump and pop at the same time as if you were doing a normal ollie, but here's the tricky part that confuses a lot of people. It seems like you should flick down as soon as you pop the board, but in fact you need to wait until you're in the air to flick. This is the most important part of the trick. You're going to pop the board with your back foot, and as the board's popping, you want to curl your ankle on your front foot inward as you allow yourself to come off the ground. Then, once you're off the ground, you want to flick out off the side of the board, slightly dragging your foot against the grip tape. You want the board to flip at least horizontally and not rocket it up with the nose higher than the tail. I actually like to make the back of the board come up more. I personally just like the way it looks, and also makes it easier to catch. If you flick at the right time, then the board will flip and stay under you without much force. Spend some time on this part and don't worry about landing until you're able to get the flick in a way that you're satisfied with. This will also keep you from landing on the board before it rotates all the way, which is never really fun. Once you have the flick down, catching the board is all done with the back foot. Since you took the time to get a good flick, then catching and landing on the board is all about trusting yourself and staying balanced. Try to stay hovered over the board as it rotates, and watch for the back bolts as the board finishes its rotation so that you can catch it with your back foot. Try catching it several times with your back foot and putting your front foot on the ground if you're not quite ready to try and fully land. When you are ready to try and land, you should land with your knees bent in the base position that you were in when you bent down for the trick originally. Let me know in the comments when you land, or if you have any questions, me or one of my subscribers will try to answer them. If you like this video, or you're still having trouble with kickflips, I have some more in-depth tutorials for this trick on the screen now.